Good day, subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Jeremy. This is the Financial Education Channel, and today we are going to talk about GoPro. Now, as you guys may know, especially if you follow me on Snapchat, I just got back from vacation, and if you follow me on Snapchat, you know that I literally just got back on vacation, like right now. I haven't even shaved yet. I'm still all grizzly from vacation, guys, but I was driving home and I wanted to do a video that just was on my mind. I wanted to do a video about GoPro's stock price, and it's a stock I've held for over a year now, down over 30% on. As of recording this video, it's at $8 and I think 40 cents or something like that. Down over 30%. And so it's a fair question. When is the payoff? Is the payoff ever gonna come from GoPro? Is the stock price ever going to rise even to break-even levels, which it has to go up 30+% just to get there. I think 31, 32% just to get me to break even. Then never mind, we got to get even higher if I want to make a profit on that one. And so it's a fair question, and it's one that's worth me addressing, because usually if a stock price moves in the short term and whatnot, I don't even comment on it because I don't ever pretend like I know where a stock price is going in the short term. I don't, but the fact that I've held this stock for, I think, a year and 2 months, or maybe a year and 3 months, it's been over a year, I know that for sure. The fact that I've held it for over a year and it's down that much, it's a fair question. What is going on with GoPro stock price? Will it ever rise? When's it gonna happen? So the first thing we gotta understand with GoPro is, in order for it to get really any stock up, especially, you know, a bigger type company, and GoPro is really a small company, a small public company, a valuation a little over $1 billion, which seems like nothing, but you still need big investors to come in to raise the stock price of even a stock like a GoPro, okay? So what I need as a shareholder of GoPro, I need people, not the people watching this channel, because unless you have tens of millions of dollars, there's nothing you, me, or pretty much anybody watching this video, because I can almost guarantee you no one's watching this video that has tens of millions of dollars to invest. So we can't do anything about GoPro stock price. Whether we go out and buy, we might think, oh, it's a lot of money to stick $10,000 in GoPro or $100,000. It's nothing. That's nothing. That won't even move GoPro's share price even a fraction. It will do literally nothing. We need investors that have tens of millions of dollars to come into this stock and believe in it. Now, what is preventing those people from either not paying attention to GoPro right now, which is possible, they might not even paying attention to what's going on, or they just are paying attention, they just don't care that much to actually invest in it? First, we got to understand that GoPro's lost a lot of faith in an investor community in a whole. It's a stock that's been in the spotlight since it came public, because it came public at $24 a share, which was a high valuation at that time. Next thing you know, 4 months later, it was a $90+ stock. It was the darling of Wall Street. It was the darling of IPOs. And then ever since then, it's been an absolute disaster with the company. So it's been in the spotlight, and management failed time after time after time again. They failed so many quarters in a row as far as the numbers they were supposed to do. They would miss, they would miss, they would miss, they would miss, and this would all be publicized. And then we had the disastrous whole, the drone got delayed, and then they finally come out with it. It had to be recalled. They didn't get enough camera units out for the Christmas quarter. We know all this. We know this is GoPro's story. A lot of big investors, pretty much all big investors, know this story if they know anything about GoPro. So GoPro has lost a massive amount of faith in basically a huge investor base of people that actually have the money to move a stock price up. Okay, so that's what we got to understand first off. So how does GoPro get back to, building back up trust? You can think of it as if someone got cheated on, right, in a relationship. Someone cheated on the other person. There's going to be some people that will say, okay, you screwed me once over, I'm never going to trust you again, that's it. And there's going to be a lot of money managers and a lot of, filthy rich people out there that feel that way about GoPro. You tricked me once, I'm done with you, I don't care about you anymore at that point. There's going to be a ton of people still out there that say, okay, you fooled me once, you fooled me twice, you fooled me 3 times. Prove to me over time you can be faithful, or you can make the right decisions, and then I will go back into you, I will buy your stock again. That's how a lot of people view things. So what GoPro has to do is they have to exceed numbers, they have to show that they can be consistent. They can meet the numbers. They can come out with products and make them a success and not screw up the launches, not have these recalls on the products, those kinds of things. So GoPro's in a total, you know, as what I've said many times, guys, it's in a total turnaround mode right now. We've had, in Q4, they had 23% revenue growth. Now that quarter was just kind of like dismissed because they did not meet what analysts had for numbers. So although they had 23% revenue growth year over year, people just kind of dismissed that one, and that's fine. This past quarter, we had over 19% revenue growth that easily beat analyst numbers. Now that quarter is kind of the first quarter of GoPro showing, okay, we have something here. Come take a look at us again. Come take a look at us. Now, a lot of people are going to say, one quarter is not going to cut the mustard. Just because you beat analyst numbers one quarter, just because then what did they do? They raised guidance over what GoPro was expecting before and what analysts were expecting. So they raised numbers both ways. So, and you know, they beating the analyst numbers, great. You know, moving up guidance, great. Now, a lot of people are still on the sidelines saying, okay, now that you raised up your guidance numbers, can you actually meet those numbers, or are you going to fail once yet again? And are you going to prove us wrong? So, there's a lot of people that are watching GoPro right now that are big money managers that have a lot of money that could move a stock, and they're watching it and they're like, okay, this is a possible turnaround, but it's not, I don't want to put my money in it yet because I don't want to be proved wrong again and this company screw me over again. Or maybe they never even were in the stock to begin with, but they witnessed it all from afar. They witnessed it all from afar, and they saw the way investors got screwed over and screwed over and screwed over and again, and by management and co making bad decisions. And so there's going to be a lot of money managers that are out there saying, okay, you've done it one quarter, now do it 2 quarters, 3 quarters in a row. Now launch a product, which their new products are all going to supposed to come out in the fall, so around September, October time. Let's figure, right? Money managers and whatnot are going to be watching those launches big time, not just to see, are they going to launch something good? Are they going to launch something great? But can they successfully launch it? Like get enough units out there, like do the promotion right, like not have a recall on that stuff. So there's a lot of people watching GoPro right now, but there's not enough people, especially big investors. I'm talking the big ones, the ones that have the money to move this stock. There's a lot of people watching it and saying, I don't know if I want to touch that one. I don't know if I even ever want to touch that one again. Prove to me time after time again that you can be a success, and then maybe we'll come back into you. Then maybe at that point. And that's what GoPro's kind of at right now because they've burned so many bridges so many times. For some stocks, it's easier to kind of overcome this because maybe they only had a hiccup here or there, and you know it's kind of forgotten about, and then we move on. GoPro's made so many mistakes. They had so many issues. They missed numbers so many quarters in a row, that right now, the turnaround's happening. We're all witnessing it. You don't get a 23% revenue up number in Q4, followed by 19%, followed by what's supposed to be anywhere between a 15 and 30% type revenue number up this coming quarter without the turnaround happening. It's just the question is, can they keep the turnaround going without screwing it up again? That's the biggest question. Can management do that? If so, then all of a sudden the big money managers may start to come back in the stock and then decide, okay, now we can start putting in our money here and there. The other thing we need, as if you're a GoPro shareholder like me, you need analysts to start coming around to the stock and also starting to believe. A lot of analysts right now still don't believe in the stock. They simply don't, even after the 2 past quarters, because analysts have looked wrong time and time again with GoPro because analysts had numbers up here, GoPro would miss. It made the analysts look bad, so a lot of analysts don't trust the company right now. So although GoPro came out with good guidance, you didn't see a bunch of upgrades coming out for GoPro. I didn't see any upgrades coming out for GoPro as far as like, oh, go buy GoPro stock, you know, analysts telling their customers and whatnot, because analysts still don't have trust in this company. If GoPro can come through, hit the numbers they said they were going to do for this upcoming quarter, then all of a sudden some analysts, and I don't even know if all of them will change their minds, but I'll guarantee you some analysts will say, okay, they've done this 2 quarters in a row. I've got to up this stock to a buy, or at least maybe to a hold if it was at a sell, something like that. Maybe take a price target up, things like that. Because now I don't want to keep being wrong on the downside at that point, because then analysts are like, I don't want to keep being wrong on the other side of things. You know, things are always better than what they seem, and I always seem like they're worse. You know, analysts are trying to, you know, look good because that's their job in the end. They've got to look good for themselves or for their company, basically. So that's kind of the view of things. They've got to get the trust back with the big investors, the ones that are running hedge funds, mutual funds, and just, you know, the wealthy individuals themselves that actually invest and pour millions of dollars into stocks or tens of millions of dollars. And they've got to build back up the trust with the analysts, so the analysts can then come out and upgrade, can start getting more of a positive whole vibe going on GoPro at that time. If those two things happen, then we can talk about a stock price that will move up very fast. Now, when that does happen, I don't know. If they can hit numbers this quarter that they said they were going to do, that would be an extremely positive sign for everybody, because then that would be 3 straight quarters of showing very strong growth, and it would be 2 quarters in a row basically beating what analysts were expecting. If that can happen, then we're talking. And then we kind of get going into the fall season, you know, as summer rolls on, then we kind of get ready to go into the fall product launches. And then if they can come out with successful products in the fall and not screw it up, make sure they get enough units out, don't have any recalls, those kinds of things. If they can do that, and show more growth, then we're talking about a whole different ballgame. And opinions can change, and they can change fast on stocks. Right now, a lot of sentiment is still negative about GoPro, even with the growth. There's a lot of questions about it. Sentiment can change in the snap of a fingers. Think about a Wynn Resorts, my second stock that I've talked about since ever, basically as long as I've been doing this channel. Think about Wynn Resorts. It was a stock that was hated. It was a $50 stock. And a year later, what was it? Over $100 a share. Sentiment changed completely on Wynn Resorts. You know, Macau came back. Also, the Wynn Palace numbers have started to come out, and Wynn's taken market share from other competitors. And the whole game's kind of changed on Wynn, the opinion on Wynn. What I knew was coming, just everybody else is finally seeing what I saw coming a year ago. 2 years ago, I saw this coming. Everybody else is finally seeing it now, and that's why Wynn's over $120 a share. Think about Apple. Apple was 90-something dollars back in, I think it was August. No one wanted to buy Apple stock. It was like Apple was like the forbidden apple. No one believed in Apple anymore. And then September came around. I released a video in September about why I was bullish on Apple. It was something titled iPhone 7, why I'm buying Apple stock now or something. I came out with that video. The stock was still pretty low, and I gave all my points on why I believed in Apple stock. And all of a sudden the stock was moving, and now it's over $150, literally all-time highs ever in the company's history. Apple is right now the most valued the company has ever been, the most valuable company in the world ever in history, guys. Right now, that's Apple. So opinions can change very fast in a stock. I remember RH, Restoration Hardware. Look back at that stock 3 months ago. No one wanted that stock. It was a $24, $25 stock. 3 months later now, that stock's $57, $58. It's over doubled in a 3-month span. Opinions can change, and they can change fast, whether it's for the up or for the down. GoPro's just taking a while to change opinions because they missed so many times in a row, and they made so many people distrust the company all in a row that it's going to take a while to get that trust back. And there will be some people that they'll never be able to get that trust back, guys. So I wanted to do this video today, guys, just kind of explain kind of my point of view on where the stock price could be going. They got to continue to prove themselves. They got to continue to build the faith back up in everybody that's looking at GoPro as a potential investment. And then we can talk about a stock that hopefully will start to rise. And when that happens, we just won't know, guys. I wish I knew, because I would have waited until now to start investing in it instead of investing in it over a year ago when I started, believe me, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. Back in town. Happy to be back. Hit a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, guys. Let's see if we can get it over 150 thumbs up, guys. If you just came across this channel, you may want to subscribe. We talk personal finance in the channel. We talk entrepreneurship. I'm an actual business owner. I give away so many business tips. We talk the stock market the most of anything. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day. Feels good to be home.